Hi, good morning. I'm wearing the latest thing that's going to go on Etsy. Well, I'm not wearing it, I'm just trying it on so that you can see it. There it is. I love this pattern. If you're wondering what it is, I've told you, I think in the last couple of videos back, what pattern it is. I'll just take it off. It's actually quite warm, even though it's, you know, quite holey. Yeah, there we go. Big collar on it. The one I made for myself didn't have such a big collar because I actually ran out of the yarn. Put that behind me. I hope you can see me because I had to pull the curtain across because I get a lot of glare from it. What have I been buying? Well, that was from Etsy. I just thought it would look nice and slimming when it's done, you know, with it being side to side. So this one you can't really see. It's sort of like a very open work top with a peplum at the bottom and a frill around the neck. I haven't made it yet, so I can't tell you what it looks like, whether it's slimming or whether it just emphasises your bits. I think I showed you that one before, didn't I? I think I did. And then I've got this one here, which is a new pattern. It's a Hayfield pattern, Fiesta double knitting 7715, and it's a waistcoat and a cardigan. Right, I started making a larger top. I don't have a pattern for this, by the way. It's just a simple. It's just going to be a rectangle virtually with a square neck and edging. You know, you don't really need patterns for these sort of things. It's going to be a plus size sleeveless top. And as I'm sort of rapidly running out of yarn, don't know what it was. It arrived to me without a label. It was a gift. I think it was from Jackie. And that's what it looked like when it arrived. I'm presuming it's an acrylic of some description. So I haven't finished the back, but I started the front. It's mostly to, you know, I tend to do that so, you know, if I'm on a limited amount of yarn, so that if I run out, at least both pieces will be the same length and I don't have anything to undo. Sorry about itching. I'm wearing my thumb supporters. I told you I've got a trigger thumb, but it's the elastic there's a bit tight, so it gives me the itches. I'm a very itchy person, and I think Gigi's going to start barking any minute now because there's a lovely lady going by who's doing no harm to anybody except she happens to be walking by on our pavement, which he takes objection to. I'm breaking my rule. I'm actually doing two things at once, which is not like me at all. I think I showed you this pattern that came the other day. It's a very old pattern, but I managed to pick it up off eBay. It's a sunbeam pattern, 1717, and it's got a cardigan, and it's also got a sleeveless top, well, short sleeve top, and a little vest with buttons on. And I'm doing this one in, whoops, what's it called? It's a James C. Brett again, I think. One of my favourite yarns. It's called Super Soft Baby Double Knitting. It's cream with little tiny flecks of colour in it. And I've started the back. But when my thumb gets fed up of doing the twiddles, the knobbles, whatever you want to call them, bubbles, I go on to the plainer thing. As you can see, I'm doing the larger sizes to see whether or not that's what people would desire. Going to give people a choice, because a lot of people have said they like my work but it's too small for them. So we'll see how we go on with that. Hello Poppy. I've got with the dogs again because my son's at work and my daughter-in-law's gone out. With that other yarn, I'm thinking of doing an edging because I think I'm going to run out for, you know, the edgings. And I may do the white or I may do the blue. Technically there isn't any blue in it, but I don't know why it seems more subtle. The white's a bit, I don't know. I haven't made my mind up yet. I haven't made my mind up whether to do blue or... I would have liked to have done the pink or the lilac, but I don't really have any colours that go with that. They're all off the shade, if you know what I mean, not quite it. Or they belong to a huge bundle of like 5 balls or something like that. I don't know about you, but I don't like nipping into a bundle of yarn, which is like maybe 5 or 6 balls, and taking one out of it, because with the 5 or 6 balls I can make something wearable. Whereas if I take one out of it and I've only got 3 or 4 left, you know. I know it's just me, but I prefer to use my oddments up when I'm doing the edgings. So I still haven't decided. I know blue's not in it, but I just think it's more subtle than the starkness of the white. Right, I'll see how I go. See how I go. What have I been doing? Not an awful lot, really. I'm still in pain with my shoulder, but it's an okay pain, you know, like an ordinary pain I can live with. Still waking me up sometimes in the night. But it's not that pain, you know, that I was having before when I couldn't lift my arm. I can lift it up, and it is painful between there and there. But I'm throttling through the pain because I need to get things done. Got myself a new phone, just a very basic little phone. I know all of you have got ones that take photos, go on the internet, do on everything. But my phone, the other phone, was technically capable of linking to the internet, but it kept doing it on its own. So my bill was rocketing upwards when I wasn't using it. So I thought, I'm not having this. So I bought just a cheap little phone that does not connect to the internet, doesn't take photographs, doesn't do anything. So therefore it won't connect itself to the internet when I'm not looking. The other one was happily playing games. It was sitting on the table and I was nowhere near it, and I'd hear this bump, 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 and it was playing bubbles or something on its own. And I'm thinking, oh, or it was linking to Google Maps. I mean, I rang them up and said, I've got an £8 a month contract, why is it £14? And they said, oh, you're trying to connect to the internet. Turn off the internet. Well, we looked up and down on the phones. I had a lady who works like with phones, and she said, you appear to have several of your apps missing on this phone. She said, so you can't turn off the internet. Anyway, when I plugged this one in, we got a little message from Vodafone, who I'm on, saying, have you changed your phone? You do not appear to have access to the internet. And I'm thinking, yes, I don't want access to the internet. Thank you very much. So that's it, really. I got a letter back from when I had my diabetes eye check, and they said there's nothing to worry about, nothing untoward that they can see. So that's another thing scratched off my list for another year. Went to the solicitors, I think I told you. And hopefully she's going to be saving me quite a bit of money by not using the solicitor that their company recommended. And believe me, it's a lot of money that she's saving me. So I've got to go back on, I think it's Thursday. I've got to go back on Thursday to finalise things like my will and stuff. I know it sounds morbid, but you do have to have a will. I mean, let's face it, I'm 70, I could go tomorrow. So I need a will and appoint trustees and stuff like that. All boring stuff, but you need to do it, really. I mean, I've heard of people who've suddenly died when they're in their 50s and they don't have a will and they own property and they've got a few children, and it causes no end of arguing and problems when they can't get to the bank, they can't get into the money, you know, to even bury somebody or cremate somebody, whichever one it is. So, I know it's a morbid subject, but we need to think about it. We need to think about it, ladies. So anyway, I heard from Sue. She's up in Scotland, as usual. She does love Scotland. She's got a lovely cottage, she said. I think she's there for the week, I'm not too sure. She's up there with a partner. And No doubt she'll be doing a bit of crochet. Yeah, I spoke to my next door neighbour Julie, and she said I can use her conservatory anytime I want to take photos. So that's good, because I need to take photos of the one I've just finished and the pink one I showed you last video. So I've got 2 to take photos of. I've got a grey cardigan that's got sold, that's going to be on its way to Canada this afternoon when I get up to the post office. I can't go this morning because I've got my gardener coming. And she's like a movable feast. She comes anytime up to about 2 o'clock she comes. So I don't want to be out when she comes and miss, because it's been raining so much in England that grass is like so high. So we need to have it cut down. I do have a lawnmower somewhere, but I haven't used it in the last I don't know how many years, because I find it so difficult to push, you know, with my back problems. So it's probably seized up anyway. I don't know why I'm keeping it. So I prefer to pay for the gardener to come every couple of weeks, just to keep everything in trim. She does the hedge for me. I mean, I know the hedge trimmers have packed up. In fact, I think I threw them away. So I'd have to buy new hedge trimmers anyway if I wanted to try to do it myself, but I don't think this sort of sweeping action would do my bulging neck and back discs any good at all. My goodness, this is turning out to be a miserable thing. As you can see, Gigi's behind me. He's doing very, very well. He's got another appointment with the vet in 2 weeks' time, and by then he should be 100% fit. In which case then he can be back to doing his usual running around and jumping. But at the moment I'm still keeping my eye on him, although you will notice that Sneaky did do a bit of jumping, because he likes to look out of the window. And I've been spending some time like looking at YouTube videos, you know, for boho type flats or apartments as you call them. And I've also been looking at storage solutions. But, oops, Gigi, come here. As a lot of the storage cubes and that need fastening to the wall, and also I won't be able to put them together myself. I'm a bit useless like that. I'm actually considering getting a quote to get a carpenter, you know, to just make for one wall in this what will be a craft room, make just one complete wall of cubes. You know, I've been pricing them up, and for the amount of money I would have to spend to get like 3 or 4 of these cubes, and then make them and then put them, fasten them to the wall and do all sorts of things, I think I'd probably be safer to get a quotation from a carpenter. I mean, I might change my mind when I get the quotation from the carpenter, but I think I would prefer it to be secure, you know, so it's not going to decide to fall down on me. For one wall, I don't mind having the black storage units that I've already got, you know, the shelving units, because anything with the full packet will stack nicely on those. But anything that's open or just 1 or 2 balls and stuff like that, I want them to go into the cubes so I can see at a glance. I mean, looking for a ball of white or a ball of lilac or a ball of pink this morning, oh, I mean, the garage is just stacked with boxes one on top of the other. And I get fed up because I'm not in the best of health with my back, and lumping them all down just to try and find a ball was... It's like I was saying to Sue the other week, I must have loads of stuff in there that I can be using up. Beautiful stuff that I bought in the past, and I can't get to half of it. So I would dearly love to be able to look and see it all. Yeah, I've been watching Molander. Molander, one she calls sheepishly sharing. Margaret. She's been buying these like cube units, but obviously she's fitter than I am, and she can fit them onto the... I know she says she's no good at DIY, but she's a lot better at DIY than I am, let's just say. Yeah, I've been watching quite a few, trying to catch up with videos. There's some that I'm hopelessly behind with, hopelessly behind. I'm waiting to see Zoe 24 Carat Crochet. I'm waiting to see her haul to see what she's brought back from the US. No doubt it'd be very interesting. I was watching, I watched Dina, of course, Mosquito Valley. There's quite a lot that I watch all the time. Maybe one day I'll write them down and then I can read them out. And I always watch Rosita, this CD Aki from the Philippines. She makes these lovely little amigurumis. She's been doing like Pikachu, as he calls or something. I am not into all these animated whatever. And as for finding Pokemon when he can stay lost as far as I'm concerned. I'm all for getting kids to go outside, but not on their own, following whatever. They could get lured into anything, couldn't they? Or is that just me being a parent and being super, super careful? You know, the world's full of strange people, isn't it? You know, you don't know what your kids are getting lured into. Well, today I'm wearing my purple flowery pants, which I love. I'm wearing a purple top. I'm wearing the brooch that Sue got for me from Scotland about a year ago, I think. And one of my beads, which Gigi's not keen on me wearing beads because he tries to get comfy on my chest and he gets the bobbly bits get in the way. Sky's happily snoring on the sofa. And I think Poppy loves to sit with the patio door open. She sits on the carpet in the dining room, but with her head hanging out into the fresh air. That's her favourite position. I think I'll be really glad that they've gone to their own home before winter comes, because I don't know how I would weather having a patio door open. And a door open here where there's a through draft in the winter. I'm not a cold bloody person, but I do like a bit of warmth in the winter, you know. Not too much warmth. I do like a bit of warmth in the winter. You know, I'm not one with a massively high heating bill, because I've got used to scaling down, you know, not being, you probably would, if you're in America, you'd probably call it cold. I don't know what the temperature is today, but there's no sun. It's very dull. It looks like rain at any minute, but that is typical. We did have a bit of sun yesterday. It was lovely, dried all the washing. I was actually sitting outside for a little while I was doing my crochet. And the weather was supposed to be hot until Tuesday. But somebody forgot to tell the weather that. So, as I say, when I'm drifting off and dreaming, when I'm doing my crochet and my mind wanders, I'm planning what I'm going to do with the house. Nothing too expensive, I'm just talking about painting and decorating and little bits and pieces. I can't do it, so I'll have to get people to do it. But just got ideas whirling in my mind. I keep looking at videos on YouTube with bohemian designs of houses and looking at things like that and thinking, quite like that, quite like that. I've ordered some cushions, not cushions, cushion covers that have all got shades of purple with flowers and different things in. And my aim is, when everybody's gone to their respective places, that I'm going to make a crochet a throw for the sofa. But there's no point at the moment because the dogs sit on it and my son and daughter-in-law are not lovers of throws or anything like that. So I'm going to do it when they've all gone, because I just want to jazz up the house, you know, the lounge, and look at the dining room a bit, make it look a bit more me. I would dearly love another carpet, but we will have to see how the funds run. Because my three main priorities are the windows, which are underway, if you know what I mean. I'm getting an estimate for those. The decking, which I'm getting an estimate for that. And a walk-in shower, which I've not even started to get an estimate for. I am fed up of sliding about when I'm trying to get into the bath and being frightened to death of slipping, falling, whatever. So those are my 3 main things. Anything else I do after that is a bonus, isn't it? It would just be nice to have the house nice for a change. Have a craft room where all my junk is, you know, knitting machines, etc. All up in the craft room. It might be a crowded craft room, there might not even be room for me to craft in it. But if you know what I mean, it will be a craft stash room where I can walk in and it'll be laid out like a shop where I can say, yes, I've got a ball of blue, there's one there, there's a ball of pink there, yeah, great. It would be lovely, instead of having to go in my little room. I went in it yesterday and I'm thinking, oh my God, I can't stand this any longer. I stand in it and I twirl around and then I lose my balance and I fall over. Luckily I'll have no mum. And then I can't find what I'm looking for, so I get upset with myself and I come out of it again. Anyway, I'm going to go now because I've not much else to show you really. That's all I've got, except Gigi, who's wanting to take his nap or his early morning cuddle. When he arrives at first, I mean it's about 10:45 in the morning. When he arrives at first, he likes his little early morning cuddle, especially on a Monday when he's been at home all weekend. Because his parents have got work to do and stuff like that at the weekend, so they don't have time to sit and cuddle him all the time. He does get plenty of cuddles though, but they've got other things to do, you know, whereas I don't really. Lots of things I should be doing. Should be doing the hoovering. Should be doing some tidying up, but I made my mind up the other week that I've decided to, you know, treat my crocheting more as a job and not as a hobby. So I'm going to set aside certain hours during the day in which I concentrate on my crochet. Or at least something to do with my crochet. You know, like the photographs and listing on Etsy, stuff like that. Instead of doing it spasmodically, I'm going to decide to set aside at least a couple of hours a day, you know, that's just going to be dedicated to me and my crochet. Of course, this little plug doesn't help because he wants to sit on my knee, and I find it very hard to crochet over the top of him, you know. Anyway, that's about it. That's all I've got to say. So it's bye-bye from us, bye-bye from Gigi, bye-bye from the snoring sky, and I don't know where Poppy is. So I need to tidy up because my table looks like somebody's just thrown stuff all over it, so I need to tidy it up. So bye-bye for now. You may get this edited. It depends on whether Zoe's recovered from her jet lag or not. So bye for now.